Still fun though, dude.
Yeah. Still fun. We did the shopping cart. One of us got in the front, the other one got in back, and we tried to ride that down the hill. That fucking went horribly wrong. Two overweight Mexicans just rolling down the hill. Looks like we tried to cross the Rio Grande and just didn't make it. Like,
did you ever do the where you get like you get in something? Normally it was always plastic, and then you tie a rope to the back of your friend's bike, and then pull you around, and then like skid around corners and shit.
Yeah, but I was always a kid on the bike because if I got on it, no one's moving.
No, just no one's moving. Dude, we would do that shit, and then we go down a hill, and the bike's going here, and then all of a sudden you're surpassing the bike, and you're like, oh, fuck, dude. And then you go in front of the bike, and then just eat shit. But then we just get up and do it again.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
I saw my nephew go down a hill in a go-kart and just slide under a car. And I was like, oh, he's dead. Like, comes out of there like nothing happened. I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, I saw this kid. I was at this... there was a church by my dad's house, and they would play like baseball games. I was there every other weekend, and they'd play like baseball games on the field. And I'd go like riding my bike. They had a bunch of metal benches, and I was smoking a cigarette, and I was sitting at the benches, and I see this kid like on a skateboard like coming down this hill, which it's not a big hill, dude. It was like a small one, and he's coming straight towards the metal benches. So I was like, dude, this kid's gonna eat shit. Well, let me watch this, right?
Yeah.
Dude, he fucking hits it like right at his stomach. And it sliced his whole stomach open, dude. And his, like, everything, guts and shit, he's, like, holding in his fucking guts. And he's, like, running to, like, the field. Just, there's, like, a trail of blood. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Holy shit.
And then everybody came and, like, ran on the field. I don't know what happened after that. I mean, it was a nice neighborhood. It was in Manhattan Beach, so I'm sure that kid's fine.
Dude, that shit is horrible. I fucking sliced my finger off at the baseball field one year. I ran to the coach. I was like, Coach, my finger. And he's just looking at me. I was like, get myself to the hospital, dude.
Dude, my dad was horrible, man. I sliced my finger once. Like, I watched I was using an X-Acto knife, the curved one, on like a pencil. I was shaving it for some fucking reason. Yeah. Hand slipped, whole thumb, slow motion, flipped onto the table. Ah! I just started screaming. Asked my dad. He just put some paper towel on it and wrapped it with duct tape. He's like, good to go.
Yeah, you're all set.
Right. Like,
spit on it. Just, you're good. Yeah. You're good, mijo.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it was when I was a kid, dude.
Oh, that's old school parenting, though. Dude, parents back then just didn't give a fuck. I fucking broke my arm. You can still see the, like, giant bump. And my mom goes, I get home, and I'm like, Ma, I broke my arm. Mom's a great mother. We just didn't know shit. And, like, I was like, Ma, I broke my arm. And she's like, you'll be fine. Like, fucking wrapped it with something. In the middle of the night, I'm like dying with sweating and like fever and shit. I'm like, oh, I really think I broke my arm. Takes me to the hospital, and they're like, oh, he broke his fucking arm. It's like, huh? I guess you weren't lying. Like, I thought you didn't want to go to school on Monday.
Dude, those are like, you got to think about who raised your parents, though. You're talking about like people from the Depression, or, you know what I mean? People that had like a real fucked up life.
Oh, no.
Not dude. Like people these days.
No, dude.
Where they're just trying to like pad every kid's life. Like, that's not.
My mom alone, there's times I'll talk to my parents and they'll tell me their stories of when they like first crossed into the United States. I'm like, oh, Jesus, dude, like, I don't want to fucking hear this. They'll start from like stories of famine. Like, we used to share a piece of fat, and that was our food. Like, they would get a tortilla and squeeze the fat, and that was what they would eat. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't want to hear that. Like, if I just went to a Brazilian steakhouse. Like, make me feel real guilty right now.
Yeah, I mean, but unfortunately, that's the times we live in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude, your truck is made for the zombie apocalypse.
I mean, it's pretty dope, but if there's like a EMP or anything like that, we're fucked. And then good luck getting gas, dude. Like, how are we going to get gas?
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Will a Tesla still run? But then you can't
How are you plug it in.
Yeah. A generator, but then you need gas for the generator.
I mean, you could plug it in if, like, the way that electricity works is kind of weird. Like, if you have a solar system, you're not off grid. You're still tied into the grid.
Yeah.
So, like, say a transformer blows up, right? You can't have your house still producing power, because if somebody goes to work on that line, there's still power running through that line. It can zap the shit out of somebody. So the electric company has to have the ability to shut it all off. But if you build a house like 20 minutes that way, you know, in Awanga, they don't have as many building codes, and nobody's really going to bother you out there. You can build a house all off grid, and then you could have a car that you could charge off your solar. But even then, dude, you have to have a a shitload of solar panels. I mean, like a lot.
How many's a lot?
A lot. Solar's honestly, dude. Solar's bullshit. Like it's cool, but you know that it takes like coal to produce solar panels. Like so, it's not everybody's.
No, it's just to make you feel better.
Yeah, it's bullshit, and they don't even last that long. And you have to run them off if you want an off-grid system, they have to be run off batteries. And if they're run off batteries, like it's all conflict minerals. Like where are you getting that shit from? Really poor fucking countries, dude. Yeah. Or they found like lithium mines in Mexico, but supposedly they're in like cartel areas. So who knows if that shit will ever get mined? But even so, you're just like robbing from the earth and nobody else is making money off that except for large corporations. It's kind of bullshit. No matter what, like we're going to have to use some of the earth's resources to be able to do whatever the fuck we need to do. Yeah, I mean, like nuclear power is supposedly really good, but I barely graduated high school. What the fuck do I know? You know what I mean? It's just shit that I read. I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds interesting. I don't know, man. If it's not like a Facebook headline and I can scroll through it quickly, I'm probably not going to know. But even the headlines, you read the headlines, you're like, what the fuck? Like, and then you read the whole article, and then at the very end, you're like, this had nothing to do with it. Yeah, like, nope. It's the whole article was void based off that last sentence. At the end, it just says gotcha. It's just like that. Like, fuck. Bullshit. Dude, yeah. I need you to make me a rash guard for like my mortgage brand. Okay. Yeah, I'm down. I was all set, dude. Yesterday I was all set on competing. I thought about it. I was like, I'm gonna have my own rash guard with my branding. After just getting annihilated, I was like, Johnny. Yeah, I didn't even know who he was. When you called him Johnny, I was like, is that guy, that like big Asian guy from 10th Planet? And I was like, yeah, we'll see. Found out. Yeah, I mean, like the classes that I've gone to at Murrieta are mostly Johnny's. Okay. Does he teach? Yeah. He's part owner in Murrieta. Oh, no shit. Yeah. When? So him and Drew are partners. Johnny actually moved down here. He's got a place like right in my neighborhood. So he lives right down the street. Dude, I saw like, I think it was Craig Jones rolling against, I forgot who the fuck he was. It was in the Quintec like 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. And he was trying to get a rear naked choke on some dude. And he like puts his hand over his mouth and has like. Yeah, smother him. Yeah, and I was like, oh man, that's what Coach was saying. He's gonna throw hands after that. I was like, I thought that was illegal. No, it's not here. It's when you take your hand and like normally like your thumb and you go like that and lift my nose. You do that shit, dude, I'm gonna fucking try and hit you. Like I don't like that shit. I mean, even like the hand over the nose and the mouth. Fine. You're smothering me. That's okay. Really? Yeah. I'm fine with that. When you like, this is bad. Choking my face is fine too. Like, I'm okay with that. Pissing me off a little bit. Like, I'd rather have you get under my neck, but anything from the nose down is still a choke, as far as I'm concerned. But you stick your fucking hand like this and try and shovel my nose, I'm going to be furious. I don't give a fuck if you're a chick or a dude. I'm going to want to fight you after that. Oh, that's real good.